Welcome friends to another video. Welcome to another GaVo scented week. This time around week number 32. And this is basically my weekly fragrance rotation. Therefore, because this week we're gonna have some pretty interesting weather with high temperatures, I decided to choose two fragrances from two different niche houses. And the first pick comes from the house of Annick Goutal, and it's called Bois d'Adrienne. Concentration Eau de Parfum, a creation that came to the market in 2018, if I'm not mistaken, created by Camille Goutal, Annick Goutal's daughter. And this is basically an homage to the first fragrance that this house released in 1981 called Eau d'Adrienne, which was created by Annick Goutal. As I said, this wants to be an homage to the work of Annick Goutal. A very interesting fragrance, a very beautiful composition with very nice elements inside. And you need to know that if you want to purchase this fragrance, you really need to love green fragrances, you really need to love woody fragrances, and also aromatic fragrances. Because this is like a walk into the pine woods. This is how it smells, at least for me, and I simply love it. We have in the top notes lemon and lime. We have in the heart of this fragrance cedar, we have Siberian pine, and also fir balsam. And in the base notes we have incense and musk. The creator said that this fragrance wants to remind you about the Tuscan scenery. It wants to remind you, especially how it smells in Tuscany, for example, Tuscany being a region in Italy. And I would say that it quite manages to do that, mainly because, as I said, this smells like a walk through a pine wood. It's very green, it's very refreshing, it's very aromatic, it's very uplifting, and it's very woody at the same time. You have those citruses in the opening, but at least on me and on my skin they are very short-lived. Therefore I wouldn't say that I quite enjoy them too much, because from behind comes a huge blast of that Siberian pine combined with cedar and combined with that fir balsam, and it's simply amazing. It's a green bump, and you're gonna feel it and you're gonna enjoy it, especially if you like, as I said, green fragrances. But you also get some smoky incense, and you also get some musk in the composition. And if you want, they give this fragrance a new dimension. They bring some elegance to the table at the same time. And this is quite a mature fragrance, if you're asking me. I wouldn't recommend this one to younger crowds, but as I always say, wear what you want, when you want, if you want, and especially if you love it. But to me, this is a more mature type of scent. If you want a short comparison, I would say that with Tiziana Terenzi 19 March, which was actually the last fragrance that I reviewed on my channel. So this is a very beautiful, a very uplifting, at the same time energizing fragrance that simply reminds you of a walk in nature, especially in a pine wood, if you want. Simply beautiful, simply beautiful. And I also love this beautiful presentation, which is very minimalistic and at the same time very classy. I simply love it. This is the fragrance that I'm gonna wear throughout the day, from sunrise to sunset. And for evening and nighttime, I decided to go with another fragrance from the house of Mancera, another fragrance from the Prestigium line, which is their best line. And this time around, I decided to go with Gold Prestigium. This is, again, a very interesting interpretation from the house of Mancera. This came to the market in 2016, was created, of course, by Pierre Montal. And as I said it previously in other videos, if you want the best fragrances from the house of Mancera, then the Prestigium line is the one that you want. Very good longevity, very good projection, high quality ingredients inside the composition, very good sillage also. And the Prestigium line is basically their high-end line, if you want. Gold Prestigium, because I also have Black Prestigium and Pink Prestigium, is a very interesting composition created from agarwood, orange blossom, pepper. You also get rose, leather, musk, oak moss in the composition. You have also bergamot. So quite an interesting composition, but on my skin, every single time I get a beautiful accord created between the agarwood, the orange blossom, also the leather, the oak moss, and with a very beautiful undertone of bergamot mixed with pepper. So it's quite interesting for me. I do get the feeling that it resembles somewhat in its interpretation with another fragrance from the House of Manchera, with my favorite fragrance from the House of Manchera actually, with Gold Intensive Oud. But that one has a beautiful combination between agarwood, citruses, and aquatic notes. But this one somehow manages to give me some similarities with that one. It's a fresh fragrance. You get the bergamot with the pepper, you get the wood, but the wood in this one isn't your typical, let's say, Manchera or Montal, for that matter, wood. It's very, very subtle, it's very elegant, it's very enjoyable. It's not your typical animalic wood, barnyardy wood, and I don't know, synthetic wood that you may usually get in fragrances. This is very, very nice, very well done. That's why I say that it resembles with Gold Intensity wood, because in that one also, if I'm not mistaken, is the same note of wood. Basically, Laotian wood, which is a totally different breed compared to the Cambodian one or the one that comes from Thailand and so on and so forth. So very, very beautiful interpretation of agarwood in this one. Also, I get a very beautiful, comfortable, soft leather in Gold Prestigium, and I'm not a big fan of leather in fragrances, but in this one, combined with that wood, combined with the bergamot and the pepper, and especially combined with the orange blossom. If you love orange blossom in your fragrances, most certainly you're gonna love Manchera Gold Prestigium, because the note is very, very beautiful rendered in the composition. And also, if you love orange blossom in general, I highly recommend that you get your nose on Penhaligon's orange blossom, which is simply outstanding. An outstanding and beautiful fragrance. This one is not at the same level with Penhaligon's orange blossom because you have some other ingredients, but you do get that beautiful, clean, uplifting, refreshing orange blossom note. Therefore, I decided to go with Manchera Gold Prestigium, let's say during the evening and nighttime when it's cooler outside. Although I had no issues in wearing this one in high heat during the day. Therefore, basically, I'm gonna use them mixed, if you want. I'm gonna wear one throughout the day, the other one in the evening. The second day, I'm just gonna do the opposite, and what can I say? Life goes on. Two beautiful fragrances from two interesting houses, two beautiful compositions, two beautiful interpretations. This smells like nature in a bottle, and this one smells also quite interesting. Therefore, I highly recommend them to you also. This is, as I said, my weekly fragrance rotation, but at the same time, there are two recommendations for you. But as always, my friends, go ahead and try them out by samples or decants if you have the opportunity. Wear them a couple of times on your skin, see how they perform, how they smell, and only afterwards go ahead and purchase a full bottle. I'm gonna stop here. These are my two fragrances for this GaVo scented week number 32. Thank you for watching. See you in the next one. As always, be safe, be good, and remember, smell good, feel good. Peace.